when you speak to couples about their money problems and they're talking about specific ones, like what are the most common problems that you come across where like actually the problem is not the money, it's what the money represents between the couple?
It's usually represents something much deeper. So a classic example that happens all the time is couples do not talk about money, but what they do talk about is we have this expense that just came up. We've got to send her on a field trip, or we're taking a trip to grandma's next month. Where's the money going to come from? And it produces and reinforces this feeling that we only talk about money when there's a problem. So I do a little compound interest calculation for them, and I tell them how much they're going to have. And sometimes they are shocked because the number, if you compound over 10, 20, 30, 40 years, that number becomes quite large. And they realize through more discussion that this argument they have about who spent too much at Target is completely absurd when you're talking about having that kind of retirement.
But I'm also interested in what's underneath the you spent too much money at Target
Oh, yeah.
conversation, which
Classic.
right? Which could be, maybe the person who's being critical, maybe they are actually controlling and they want to oversee all the spending.
Yeah.
Maybe the person who's doing the spending feels like spending is a way of sort of exercising power in their own way. So what are those sorts of dynamics that you see recurring in the couples that you talk to?
There are psychological dynamics, there are gender dynamics, cultural dynamics at play. It is the most fascinating part of what I do.